I'm going to leave out names for obvious reasons, but I saw a well-known male porn star miss a facial, and instead of cleaning it up with a towel, he licked his own semen off of the floor. People who work in the adult film industry, what is the weirdest, creepiest, nastiest thing you've seen or experienced while working? Welcome back to another Alien Radio Storytime. You already know who it is, your boy Andrew the narrator. Since you're already here, why not hit the like button for the algorithm and subscribe? If you don't, then I'll have to reveal your search history to your grandma. Anyways, let's get into the good stuff. Girls that deep throat tend to vomit a lot of the time. Dated a girl who did amateur porn and cam girl work. Weirdest thing was how much more people would pay for anything involving assholes. Like paying up to double what they would for regular. My dad used to work in the back of a studio and would ship the cassette tapes. One time he heard a director get mad because one of the actors got a boob job between filming and hated the inconsistent scenes. The creepiest thing is seeing how high out of their mind some of these girls are. Some of them are so ducking high they can barely stand up straight. Really makes you think about what the hell you're doing. Not in the film industry, but I do run a kink club. Nothing excessively weird happens that I will witness on my way around, but the utter smell of people in the orgy rooms. I cannot stress how bad the smell is. Imagine the smell of sweaty ballsack x100. It definitely gets overwhelming if you get hit by it. Edit. Alcohol disinfectant plus baby wipes plus disposable towels. Not primarily baby wipes. I knew a guy that did gay for pay. He was offered $2K to take it like a man, so to speak. He was kinda broke, so he went for it, but he didn't prepare properly, despite being told numerous times to douche and all that. His words: "I did it, then hot brown lava came out. Please prep properly." A friend of mine used to do cam work and had a regular who would pay her upwards of $600 a session to 1. Tie her hair up in pigtails with orange ribbon. 2. Cover the room in orange balloons. 3. Wear orange lingerie. 4. Squeeze oranges over her boobs. Yep. $600. My husband used to work on set of filming. One thing that horrified him was seeing how dirty messy it'd get. So many times they'd have to stop filming to clean up poop. And since scenes would often take hours, the smell would get awful. Especially during the summertime. A friend of mine did a handful of adult movies. She worked for one of the bigger companies in Germany at the time and said that immigrant porn stars and foreign Eastern European porn stars were treated like absolute dirt. And I'm talking really disgustingly bad. They always had a buffet area way off to the side because the shoots often took 10+ hours a day, and when there were no German female actresses in that shoot, the guys, often dick for hire or free dick, would jizz in on the buffet and piss on some of it as well. Sad part is, they always rehired those guys or used them again because either cheap or free. One time, according to her, they also just beat the crap out of a girl that refused to do anal. Was a paramedic in the late 90s. Went to this part of town that's all strip clubs. Always drunks touching the girls, then getting ducked up for it. Anyway, we'd see all the hidden spots. The champagne room, the sticky floors are not from champagne. But most sad was the makeup room the girls got ready in. Meth pipes and needles everywhere next to pictures of their kids. Piles of sweaty dollar bills. Bulk packs of unlubed condoms. Vomit stains around the toilets from bulimia. Many are lesbians that have to give the manager a daily blow just to work. They live a sad life. I had a neighbor who used to be a camera guy for an old production company. He said that when anal sex started making its way into straight videos, nobody knew about cleaning up before a scene. Apparently, one actor randomly starts screaming in the middle of a scene, removes himself from the actress, runs over to a trash can, and proceeds to pee poop. He and his co-workers affectionately referred to it as poop noodle. I was an adult actor in the mid-90s. This wasn't me, but a buddy of mine. He was on a boat for a film shoot. He was also high on mushrooms. The director asked him if he would duck a midget. He didn't want to, so he told the director an absurdly high price. The director met that price. There he was, tripping balls and balls deep in a little person, and somehow, I never found out how, the boat began to sink. They ended up getting rescued by the Coast Guard. I think this may have scarred him. It did make the news, but I tried Googling it and came up with nothing. Anything before 2000 seems to be prehistory. I'm an erotica photographer. I've seen a lot of things but nothing that bad. My first photo shoot ever was to a girl dressed as a baby. She used a massive dildo and a pacifier. Another one started her period and I had to tell her, because she didn't realize. That was in my house. I had to clean after. I had to tell a girl she forgot to take off her tampon. That was awkward. Another masturbated furiously with rose petals, and it was so violent I got nervous. I'm really new to this, so these are the things that make me really uncomfortable. I'm a lesbian woman, but lem tell you something, I'm really tired of looking at vaginas. I worked for a big 90s porn star in 2005, and the first time she told me to bring her to set, carry her bags and kiss her goodbye, just to show everyone a male presence. We drive to the industrial site of East Law, and she knocks, and a big garage door opens, unveiling a posh red rug with a Harley and a girl bent over the Harley, with a yoked-out dude behind her. The director finished telling them the scene as I walked in. The girl walks toward me absent-mindedly and farts, letting out an almost orgasmic sound. The guy walks the other way and kisses his boyfriend and says classic gay lisp, "Oh God, I don't know if I can do this crap." Disbelief shattered, all magic lost. I don't have personal experience, but I've heard adult film stars talking about how sometimes girls use sponges instead of tampons so that they can have sex while on their period, but they'll forget they're in there. They talked about how after a week or so it will start to smell like a rotting corpse, and these girls, who genuinely have forgotten about the sponges, don't know why. Edit. Just to clarify, I am a girl myself and I know this is very similar to forgetting a tampon or a menstrual cup, but what made it remind me of gross porn situations is the idea of using a makeup sponge instead of traditional methods so that you can still film sex without showing blood tampons. Then unfortunately forgetting it's in there and showing up on a different set to film a sex scene days later with it still in there and smelling horrible, unlike other methods that don't really smell and are usually remembered later. I've told this story before here on Reddit, but here it is. After all the things I experienced working in porn, this one hit my soul the hardest. I was working for a gay fetish wrestling porn company around 2003 called Can-Am, which also owned a straight fetish wrestling porn company called Matrock. Both companies were owned by a larger distribution company called Marina Pacific, which also owned a gay porn company called Jet Set. Me and my co-worker X, who ended up being one of my best friends, would help out on Jet Set productions here and there, where we met the owner Dave Grohl, like Grohl, who was this overly tanned, gray hair, Hawaiian shirt wearing slime ball. Nice enough guy to us, but you knew who he was 2 seconds into meeting him. So back in the day gay for pay was still very much a thing. Straight men were sought out to do gay porn, and we would have to pump them full of Viagra and have a TV VCR combo with straight porn hooked to an extension cord so that when the guy gets soft in the other guy's mouth, he could jack off and get hard again. Most of these guys were sexual deviants as it was, but the biggest incentive was the pay. $1,500 tops for a scene where you're the bottom. Pun intended. So we're doing this scene where this kid who was a month into turning 18 and still had his braces on his teeth gets ducked by 2 dudes. Kid does well, the dudes coom on him. All is well except the kid comes up to me and X. He had heard from Dave that X directed straight porn for Matrock, and Dave had promised him that X could put him in a straight porn if he did gay porn. Which at the time was the biggest lie ever. Because no one crossed from gay to straight porn. No matter who you were. So me and X had to tell him this, and he starts crying. He goes on to say that Dave was trolling gyms looking for hot straight guys and telling them the same thing. If you want to do straight porn you have to do gay porn. Then he would make them stay at his house and give him blowjobs under the pretense that this is normal. You want to do straight porn? You gotta pay your dues. I never felt so low in my life. What the duck were we a part of? Me and X told our boss, who then brought it up to the owner of Marina Pacific, who apparently threw a fit. This wasn't the first time this had happened, obviously, but they had enough. I don't know the details of what went down, but Dave lost Jet Set and the rights to his titles. And we put the kid in straight porn with 2 chicks. He had a blast. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the story time? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more story times.